Good afternoon, people. Welcome to the video Tell and Tell. This is a short video, and my name is Monique, and I'm taking a moment with you just to do a brief comment, reflection with you about the war and how, as a humanity, we've been consistent at being unable to bring our men leaders outside of any wars. We all like to be around nice people, intelligent people, organized people. And as we've moved into those personality profile of rich people, losing the perspective of what it is to not being able to access things from a rich perspective, that makes a distortion in their mind. So they understand it's like looking in the forest, but from the bark of a tree. This is very much how I see it. They've disconnected so much from humanity that it's even unbelievable how, if you just give them one very basic rule to something, how they would make their decision completely differently. And that thing is, whenever you decide to choose not to use your intelligence and articulate your creativity in your mind deep enough to be at the level of what you're expected and paid for when you lead a nation, you're not doing it alone. If you lead, it means that you lead a lot of people behind, and you lead yourself, and you give directions to those people. But if you're completely unable to manage your frustration because you confuse when you work the difference between it is for me or it is for the country and the people living in the country, then you make a total different shift in your mind. And if you lead your country as a me, myself, and I, you're totally out of it. Because this is not a job to lead your money. And if you do so, we need to understand why. Why? If the citizen gives you their money from a job they do day after day and they're not rich as you, and you take their taxes, and we know that rich people never pay taxes, or rarely. We understand as we see things, as we get higher, that, well, my gosh, there's a different justice for those people. There's a different way for those people. There is a difference. And with your little system also you keep them at bay, programming their mind and their destiny, sending them waves, even creating depression. And that's true. Where I'm not talking about something that does not exist. It does exist. So we have those leaders that confuse the me, their aggressivity, their relationship with the individual that is leading the other country. And you've been fighting, and when you're not getting what you want, you send a bomb. That's it. And every time you do that, because you made the choice not to articulate your mind, or you want to go fast, or because your adversary is so stubborn in his power trip that he wants to steal everything from your country, and all the underlying reasons. Because as we learn about it, that 99% of the time there's petrol underneath our resources. And what I'm going to do is tell you two things. If tomorrow, as a leader of the world, you were told every time you send a bomb and you kill civilism, you have to give back. Take it from your people. So it's a 1-for-1. Just imagine if there was such a rule, a 1-for-1. You kill one, we remove you one, whoever it is. And why would your life be more important so you don't have the courage? And all the other ones too. I'm talking about all those guys that has their ego so big that makes decision to use bomb, nuclear bomb. It's like they're totally unable to negotiate, stay in their land, and if you want to buy a land, negotiate. So what's the problem with negotiating? You cannot take a no. Why wouldn't you take a no? Would you give your wife to your neighbor because he wants her? And if you say no and he kills you, what do? There are disproportion in the thinking of doing war that is insane. Because if you were giving a life every time you kill another life, you would think deeply before sending a bomb. And maybe you would find strategies differently. Because at base, this planet is not anyone's property. This planet is whoever divine you call it. And if you extract petrol or resources from the land, not the surface, if you go underneath, that land should be every human on the planet property. Not you more than other one, not because you have a title of a leader, or not because your country is bigger than others, or not because you are richer than others. Every time you use and extract from earth, you take from citizen. And what would you do if you had the obligation to pay to the sovereignty a percentage for extraction? And then you would think about it, because the more you extract from the ground, the more you owe humanity. That's what it is. Just think about it. Your life for another life. Every time you use earth resources, you have to pay back to humanity. As a sovereign royal, if you don't show any ability to resolve your religious issues, Christianity and other religion, and I'm including Islamic religion, you're not respecting the world United Nation rules. The rules are equity. If you modify your Bible or your Quran, whatever you decide to your religion, you cannot bypass those rules of it. You're going to have to align your rescriptures to whatever you've been doing. This planet needs to be respected. There are rules, you know them. It's time to find the 100% around the world, more than time, and see how is this improving ability of everyone to negotiate with class, with respect, and accept that you don't have the same vision on things, but you have to find solution without killing lives. And any group around the world that is using any human for their benefit, and I'm pointing my fingers to the Third Reich, Fourth Industrial Revolution, that has their way of wanting humanity to be their ways. You are included in there. It's time that you step back and get over your grudges and work at it. 50 years plus, 50 years plus, stubborn about religions, about women, about your mom's frustration, about your relationship with your brother and sister. Get your things resolved. Get your things resolved. Attack your own demon and stop bringing your fight and your own frustration to the rest of your world. Deal with yourself. Be intelligent. Otherwise, you're considered as unskilled to lead the world. And I know you did the orange band, and it's not a lot. And look at the mess. I'm not going to let you go down the drain with humanity. This planet, you're a human like any other one. To me, you don't have more value because you work hard for a nation. I can tell you that there's a lot of people that work hard, but they don't have 3 meals per day because of you. Not because of the neighbor, it's because of you. It needs to be your strategy number 1. One life, one life. Think about it. Whenever you make a decision, make sure you think about it before sending a bomb. You kill a family. Would you like that we take your family out? Think about it. It's not because it's far away that the value is less. I don't agree with the way of living of everyone around the world because I have my own ways. But if you tried to kill me because it was disturbing, you have to negotiate with that person. It tells about your own inability to manage your own emotions and your own intellectual level at composing with life situation. Work at yourself. It's time that we have leaders that has the class that goes with the salary, the expectation, and the final issue of everything they do. Those leaders are not accountable. If you do communism and you kill your people inside because they're not obeying to you, you have a problem. It's a life for a life. It's a life for a life. I'm going to ask God for this. A life for a life. If you send a bomb and you killed, who will you let go? Who would you let go? Starting from you. If you make the decision, if you call it, it's time that we become responsible about what we do, about who we are, about our own maturity, emotionally talking, at being able to manage our own pride and understand that you will die like everyone and you will not bring that money back with you. And we know that 2 or 3 generations after, there will be huge fight for the money that was remaining. And everyone will want to make their hand in this, and there won't be any. So why don't you enjoy life? Bring your people with you in big vacation. Spend time with them. Enjoy life. Be there with them. Be the teacher. Be the coach of life with good values. And teach them to be using their mind. A lot of smart people on this planet. Thank you, if you came to this point, for the time you listened to that reflection. I pray for you. I pray for your discernment. I pray for the life of everyone around the world that has the right to live, to have a better life, to really invest in making a better equity around the world, and the responsibility of all those leaders to stop being so focused on petrol, to do things for a handful of people. Thank you for listening to this point, and I hope we're going to meet here many times to have those moments of reflection, because this is all our responsibility to move out of 2,000 years of war, 2,000 years of war around a Bible that has been modified so many times by so many people for so many religions, making it their hidden politics. It's time that we move forward all together. Thank you.